History of Baldi's Basics. I guess. 3, 2, 1, go. June 2012. A new game releases and it's called Slender. Later retitled to Slender the 8 Pages. It was developed by Mark Hadley, and the game was based on a creepypasta created by Eric Knudsen of a tall, white, completely white creature in a tuxedo with tentacles called the Slender Man. This game quickly gets a huge amount of popularity with big YouTubers playing it such as PewDiePie, Markiplier, Yummy Mash, and so many others. And the main focus of the game is basically find 8 notes as fast as you can before that evil entity known as Slenderman kills you. And as you get more and more notes, the game progressively gets more and more harder. And well, let's just say if Slenderman caught you, it's practically game over for you because this happens. You get a jump scare and you have to restart your entire progress all over again. This game for a while was actually considered the scariest game ever. Fast forward a few years, it's finally 2018. And with 2018 came the Meta Game Jam! 2018. What was it about? Well, I'm glad you asked, little Jimmy, because the Meta Game Jam 2018 was simple. Make a game about games. And here are the rules. The Meta Game Jam 2018 was hosted by a guy named Xavier Eckel. And basically you had to submit a game you made yourself into a competition and try and win. This Meta Game Jam lasted from the 17th to the 31st of March 2018. And it had 111 submissions. With one of these submissions being, drumroll please, a game called Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. With this main character, Baldi. He's a tall, lanky school teacher. Wait a minute. Isn't he similar to a character we've seen before? Nah. Now, the goal of the game was to collect 7 notes while running away from Baldi so he doesn't kill you. Kinda like Slender Man. However, there is a difference. Once you enter a book, well, instead of just collecting it, you have to answer math questions, with the final question being unanswerable. And just like Slenderman, the game gets harder as you progress. And if Baldi catches you, well, as you guessed, what's gonna happen is he's gonna jump scare you, and you're gonna have to start all over from the beginning. This game really is Slenderman, isn't it? Finally, it was time to announce the winners of the Meta Game Jam 2018. And the winner was, drumroll please, Baldi, this random game called Farfall OS. And Baldi's Basics came second. However, Mistman 12 was not giving up right there. Baldi's Basics soon got an update called 1.1, which actually gained a little popularity, but not a ton. However, YouTubers like J-Ski Bean started uploading videos on the new Baldi's Basics version 1.1. And through a few months, the game reached version 1.2.2 when BAM! Markiplier plays Baldi's Basics, PewDiePie plays Baldi's Basics, DanTDM plays Baldi's Basics, Jacksepticeye plays Baldi's Basics, CoreyX Kinchin plays Baldi's Basics. BAM! The game is now mainstream. Despite only getting second place at the competition, Baldi's Basics is now one of the most famous games of 2018. Most importantly, the game was completely free, meaning anyone could play it. And the game was hard. Like, really hard. In fact, it was so hard that the developer literally had to make it easier through updates, just so it was even beatable for some people. Especially update 1.3, which completely revamped the game, making it less RNG dependent and more skill dependent, and making Baldi slower just so the game was easier for some people to beat it. But for all the hardcore gamers out there who thought it was too easy, the new version, Baldi's Basics 1.3 also added something else. The secret ending. In the secret ending, you have to get every question that Baldi puts in front of you wrong. And as some of you already know, when you get a question wrong, Baldi gets more angry in Baldi's Basics, and when Baldi gets more angry, he gets faster and faster and faster, which makes the game extremely difficult to complete. However, if you do manage to beat this incredibly difficult secret ending, then you will meet a strange character. He is referred to as in the files as file name 2, and he basically tells you to destroy the game and never come back, and he's a hidden part of the game. Now the dev wants to make Baldi's Basics into a full game. So he releases the Baldi's Basics Camping Field Trip demo. Now this is supposed to be a demo of the full game of Baldi's Basics mini games. So basically in this one you have to find logs and fuel the fire, and if the fire runs out then Baldi will kill you. And basically what this is supposed to represent is a Kickstarter for the full game of Baldi's Basics to come. Fast forward and BAM! Baldi's Basics officially turns 1 year old. To celebrate this, Miss Man 12 develops a new version of Baldi's Basics, which is called the Baldi's Basics 1 Year Birthday Bash. And in this, it's basically Baldi throwing a party at his house, or schoolhouse, I mean. Now, there are a lot of differences to take in here. For starters, instead of just giving you a normal item like he usually does, Baldi gives you a present, which is a randomized item. Every item in this game is now randomized, making it extremely more RNG to beat this one. On top of that, if you do manage to actually beat this one, there is a secret ending where you have to collect 2 more notebooks and then guess a bunch of Baldi balloons or something like that, I don't know. And the schoolhouse basically goes bazonka. However, what a lot of people miss is that if you get to the secret ending or the normal ending of Baldi's Basics Birthday Bash, you get a secret item called the teleporter. This is how to get the teleporter and what the teleporter does, just in case you're wondering. This item teleports you away from where you're supposed to be and teleports you into the school randomly. And when you're back in the school, guess who's waiting for you? It's file name 2 again, and he's extremely mad that you didn't destroy the game. But he tells you again, please destroy it, and then the game crashes like normal. And that is the Baldi's Basics Birthday Bash secret ending. So another year goes by and everyone's basically forgotten about Baldi's Basics. Until... Remember that Baldi's Basics full game concept I was talking about before? Yeah, it became a reality. Baldi's Basics now enters Baldi's Basics Plus, which is the full version of the game. No more demos, no more Kickstarters. This is the final release of the game. And this one is pretty epic, with new characters, more items, more inventory slots, more mini games, different ways to get notebooks. And overall, this one was a great success, and I'm glad that it turned out the way it did, honestly. This one was really great. It also has randomized level generation and a bunch of more game modes that you guys can play. This video is not sponsored, I swear. However, after that, nobody really heard about Baldi's Basics. For 2 years, 2 whole gut-wrenching years, Baldi's Basics went unheard of. Well, if you don't include the modding community, which, oh my god! But after 2 years of waiting, Miss Man 12 brings Baldi's Basics back and remasters the original game. Now it has Classic Style, which is the original game, Party Style, which is the Baldi's Basics Birthday Bash, and Demo Style, which is Baldi's Basics, the original game, merged with the Baldi's Basics full game. Now, I'm not going to go into this demo style too much because it's literally just Baldi's Basics Plus merged with Baldi's Basics Classic. However, there is a secret ending in this demo style, which, yet again, we see the mystery man himself, file name 2. And in this one, he reveals that his real name is Null. Now, when you've beaten all 3 of these modes, there are 3 fun settings that you can enable, which aren't fun at all. They basically make the game 10 times harder. One is mirrored, which flips the screen like mirrored, so everything is opposite basically. One is lights out, where the entire school is dark, and the other is hard mode. Now, if you put all 3 of these, you will go through hell. However, you will unlock a final secret part of this game. Null mode. This time, instead of Baldi chasing you around the school, it's the entity we saw before, file name 2, or Null. But this time, none of Baldi's friends are out, and only Null is here. However, Null makes no sounds apart from talking like every once in a while, and he moves faster and further than Baldi, and when he kills you, the game crashes. Now, if you're actually about to beat the Null mode, then the crazy thing is that once you're almost at the final exit, Null will actually come and block it off so you're not able to finish it. Now, this is to prevent you from finishing this, but however, there are various, corrupted objects around the school, and if you throw them at Null, it'll anger him so much that the final battle begins. Now you have to run through the school as fast as you can while a very angry Null chases you around trying to kill you. And he's progressively glitching the entire school. You have to find those objects to throw at him, and you have to hit him a bunch of times to finally knock him out and beat the final exit. However, if you fail to do that, Null will kill you. When you finally arrive at Mistman's office by beating this, Null finally meets his end. But not quite. Now Null is completely glitched out as a glitched Baldi balloon who has the exact same final sequence, so it doesn't really matter. However, when you beat it, you'll see the creator of the game, Mistman12, thanking you for playing his game. And that is where we are today. Baldi's Basics is one of the most famous indie horror games ever, basically. And it's all thanks to Mistman12 for making this totally amazing game. Seriously. This game he really took the indie horror scene and flipped that sucker right on its head with this game. Okay? So, please go check out the game. Please show him some love because this was amazing. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and bye for now.